So Maureen's put up a gift basket here we're just checking out.
Let's see what's changed here.
Pretty fancy looking.
Isn't it? It's a macrame. No, nobody's touched. Any of it. Oh.
And that's been up there since, what did you say, April? February?
No. It's been up here since 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
9-10 weeks. And nothing's touched it.
Well, that's good information, though.
But it was so that it would have to be manipulated.
Yep.
To get into it. These were to keep rain out. I had the hanger, I didn't make the hanger.
What made you choose this spot?
I could get to it. And it sort of wasn't right on the trail. The people I brought up didn't see it at all. You saw it right away.
Yeah.
And
was there a report of a Sasquatch in the area?
yes.
And how close are we to that?
We are
Almost dead on it, or
it crossed the road.
just
so
up
it was
here?
up at the road crossing that the sighting happened.
So that's part of the reason why you
Chose this
this
little
area.
forest.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah.
And bears, you know, how to keep it out of the bears and other forest animals. So, I think the lake's down there.
So this is kind of an interesting little spot here. Kind of tucked in there. I don't know how those would get tucked in there like that. You would think that we were just discussing about the water levels getting really high because of those structures that are right out there that are man-made. These ones here, and why those are so high. And if the water level's so high, how did these get all piled in here though? Because they're on this side of these trees here. Don't know what it is, just something to take a peek at. Yeah, I don't know what those would be for. I'll have to do some checking in. And then you got this over here. Pretty soft ground though. You would think that there'd be a print down here. Fairly easy. It's pretty soft. Sitting stump.
Yep. Life is good.
Be a perfect place to camp for someone, for sure. There she is. There's Maureen, International Bigfoot Kamloops representative. If you have any Bigfoot area problems in Kamloops area, she's the one to call you. I mean, she's the one that'll call you if you call her.
Who are you gonna call?
Maureen.
Yeah. Maybe we can't go any further.
Not sure. Looks like a marmot trap, I think. Pretty sure if you open it up, there's a trap in the bottom of it, but I don't want to do that. It's somebody's trapper's line here. So. So you look at this one here, and you got this perfectly, what did you call it? An arch. Mm-hmm. Then you got a secondary arch, and then you got this centerpiece that goes straight, touching both of them.
Holding them over.
Oh. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
And it's a snap too.
Oh yeah.
And it's a twisted snap. You can see that's a twisted snap. Can you see that? Can't quite see the bottom one, but the bottom one's really twisted.
I am not very old.
This one's not very old at all. It still has the greenery on the thing here. And there's the arch. And the secondary arch. So even on this one here, when you look at this one here, if this tree here fell down, how did it grab that tree there when this tree here is actually on this side of how this tree had fallen down? Right? You see what I mean?
There's a bit of a weaving there that had to happen.
Yeah. Because unless this tree was leaning, like it was already kind of leaning a bit and then this caught it and then pulled it down, that'd be the only way it would make sense. And even that back fencing back there, did you catch that? Look how high that is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's above the crest.
Which makes a great place to hang out and look over the crest.
Exactly. This is Cori.
Hi.
Cori, what kind of channel? Do you have a channel online or anything? You have a web page or anything?
I have a blog. It's called Miss Squatcher.
And what's the blog address?
MissSquatcher.blogspot.ca.
And how long have you had that running for?
4 or 5 years, I think.
And where are you from?
I'm from Vulcan.
Vulcan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Live long and prosper.
Oh, really? That's right. And don't they have a big spaceship at Vulcan?
Yeah, we have...
As a town, what's it called?
Yeah, tourist trap.
Tourist trap?
Town feature.
Yeah, we have an Enterprise ship that's built, and then actually right now there's a group of Klingons who want to build a bird of prey in Vulcan because they think it's not really fair that there's this Federation starship and no Klingon vessel.
Oh, really?
So they actually have a petition online on change.org petitioning the town of Vulcan to build a bird of prey.
That's interesting.
So there's a little fact about Vulcan.
So how'd you get into squatching?
Well, I mean, finding Bigfoot was really popular, right, a few years ago, and documentaries and stuff on TV all the time. And my parents were both always into the mysterious and unexplained, and so they sort of always taught me to have an open mind about things. And I decided that I needed to find out for myself what was out there. So I started to go look, and I found things.
What kind of things did you find? Interesting things?
I found a few interesting things and had a few interesting encounters. I found some tracks.
Where were those at?
Those ones actually were by Longview, just sort of south of Calgary.
This wasn't here the other 4 times I was here.
Oh.
And it has appeared.
Yep.
And I would guess
Yep.
that it was actually across the road and has been moved.
Oh yeah, it's been cut there, you can see.
Sasquatch dogs.
Oh, maybe that's...
Squatch dog alert.
Yes.
I'm trying to see.
Okay, and see the one it's leaning against?
This one here?
The skinny one?
Yes.
It's propped in the upper branch to stay there.
And is that tree a dead one? This one that's leaning?
I believe it might be planted there, or they're using it because it's available there to hold this one. And maybe they're telling themselves not to go that way anymore. I don't know. I didn't really spend time with this yesterday.
Well, yeah, there's definitely like a spot in there where you could walk, right? It's like a...
If I took a run at the bank, maybe I could get up there. But, or else it was across the road this way and has been moved.
Yep. Well, yeah, you can see. I mean, that would be easy for a Sasquatch or something to block the road.
And it would be easy for me to move it here.
Yep.
If it had been in my way.
Yep.
But there's other things. But
Yep.
This is the one. Here, I don't know how we went by it.
I'm just going to go up here really quick. Yeah, I just wanted to see what it looks like. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's like
Something's...
a ledge, right? Something could walk up here
And walk along.
and walk along the
Yeah.
road and follow you, right? Or,
And that looks like a path. I can see it. Mm-hmm. Right
yeah,
there.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, something definitely it looks like goes through here often because it is worn down.
But this is the one here that
Yep.
I did the video or the slide.
The pictures and stuff. Whew. That was so cheap.
That was so good of you, Cori. And I've been here twice.
Yep.
And the shape of the upper lip has changed. And I've got the pictures on.
Yeah.
I'll do another one tomorrow and compare them because it keeps getting sculpted. Mm-hmm. There are more footprints coming off that edge. Mm-hmm. And Leon talked about the fact that maybe their first steps off when they're coming down are more of a jump.
Yep.
And then they carry on.
Yep.
And I think the changing upper ledge is when they go up because I think those are toe punches
Oh, okay.
before you that last step up.
To get in.
Way too big a step for me.
Yep.
But maybe if they're, and I know there are both up and down prints here. So.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to walk up there
And there are no
see it in the
hoofs.
day.
There's no pointy little
Like a deer or
deer. There wasn't anyway. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing, the third time I came with my husband's sisters, their husbands, him, we found this grassy bent over here, which has fallen apart somewhat, but I do have a picture of it.
Yep.
From that day, and it was all squished together in the middle and set here with these two sticks holding it. Mm-hmm. And this was over top of it in a way that was kind of woven in and out, keeping it there. So I never did glyphs. It was just something I was hearing about. And
Yep.
figuring out what they were talking about. It was all just sticks on the ground to me.
Yeah.
But when I saw this, I couldn't unsee it. It was like, kept sticking out at me like something was there for a reason.
Yeah.
Maybe it's saying, we'll all meet for a party.
Hey, welcome to the party. You're more than welcome. Yeah, that's really interesting. Actually, I talked to a native hunter from like Kentucky or something, I think. And he told me about these little glyphs, and yeah, I guess natives used to use them a lot, and they would, put sticks or whatever in a pattern, and it would mean white man here, or, bear in the area, good fishing, good hunting, village nearby, and it was like, just like hobos had symbols and stuff, right, that they would write down things
that's correct.
to send messages to each other.
And they all knew what it meant amongst themselves.
Yes. Yeah. So, there's been lots of people that have theorized that Sasquatch could
communicate
and possibly do the same thing with small little stick structures or stacking of rocks. That could mean something too, right? That happens all over the place, rock stacking. So that could be a communication. Some people think that's like a gifting thing, right, too, as well. But yeah, that's really interesting.
As in an honoring of who knows what, and what side do we read it from?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, we'll definitely come back and check this out in a day.
And as far as corridors go, I don't know if you've done any understanding of the fact that one of the theories is that they move in through, they find safe corridors to move up and down to the water, up to high ground, maybe. But this matches with that activity because this is a very secluded little way to the water. And down at the water, it's in its own little bay. It doesn't join with the campground. It doesn't join with the boat launch.
Oh, okay.
This is all just one little
patch down here.
Straight run. On back.
Well, that's a really interesting piece. That's like its own little section of the beach. Have you walked down there at all?
No, what we did was we walked out on this arm. It's pretty dark in here now. But,
maybe
in the morning. They've got it blocked off with big rocks saying no overnight camping to the left.
Did you just hear a crack over there? Off to our left here?
No.
Yeah, I just heard some cracking in the trees there.
And that lip goes straight out, and you can look down into this bowl, which has some interesting forest furniture arrangement. And you can look down into the boat launch.
Oh, okay.
Public boat launch.
Yep. Yeah, that would be interesting to go and look down there on the beach and see if there's tracks or anything in there.
Yes.
What am I trying to say?
In the substrate wood. Oh, in the brush.
In the brush along there. Is there a path through there? Because at first glance, it doesn't really appear to be an open path.
No.
Right?
And the roadway, the main road is just up there.
Yep.
Running parallel to this road.
Yep.
So if they're traveling from the water, across this road, up there, and then across the next road, I hypothesize that there will be markers on both sides of that road that fit with them getting into this forest safely or into the forest across the road safely. There, I said it.
Well, that's something we could maybe check out, right? We could do a drive and see if there's anything along there. Yeah, that's a really good theory.
And if that's true, so do you see that pathway through here?
Yeah.
So that goes all the way down to the end of Finger. And there's this bowl in here, and then the boat launch.
Should we walk down here a little ways?
Sure.
It's fairly clear, I think. I'm going to bring my headlight.
We have a few minutes before it.
It's dark. We have a light, though.
Yes. The candle bearer.
Yeah. This little sort of canyon is very interesting. Did you do something?
Like an amphitheater.
Yeah.
And there's interest you'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
Through there.
In one of the spots that we go to in Alberta a lot, there's sort of the same thing.
What do we call it? A gully?
Yeah, a steep ravine or something. Yeah, it's just, and it's the same idea is right next to the campground. And sort of our theory with that is that they use this ravine and the way that this campground is particularly set up as a way to watch the people because they can sneak up on them. And that you would never know that
No.
they're there. And
No.
all they have to do is duck down that ravine, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you know Lonnie Olson.
No.
Oh, okay. Him and I walked down there, and there's a little creek, and I don't know, it's some kind of bramble, brush, shrubs, and it's like there's like a little path that you could crawl through underneath there, and something could crawl on their belly through there.
And be gone, and you just
and you
think you heard
never-
some bushes rustling.
Yep. And you would never know it, that it's there.
So this is getting to the end until just right down there, and then there are paths. So obviously
Yep.
it's used for walkers and hiking
Yep.
and public. But I think I said something much like you said about opportunities for observing
Yep.
when we looked at this yesterday.
Yeah. Well, because
Same concept.
you could hear everything down in
Yeah.
the campground from here, right? And I'm sure, you know, if you walk over to this edge, you could probably see right down into the campground.
And that's the water coming way in there.
Yep.
And it goes around then into the bay that the campground's in.
Yep.
So very private, secluded, and lots of hiding.
Yeah, lots of
Cover,
opportunities.
is that what it's called? Cover?
Yeah, yeah, lots of opportunities for cover. Yeah, I think that's definitely a possible spot that they could sit and watch and observe people. So what else has happened around here, Maureen? Has there been any other reports or?
The fact that there is a road crossing
Yes, you
in
mentioned
February.
that.
And we'll have a look at that for
And how far from here was that?
about 3 kilometers.
Oh, okay, very close.
Yeah.
And was that nighttime or daytime?
It was a nighttime crossing
Yep.
by someone who knew nothing,
Yeah.
although he's a hunter and has experience with, animals and
Yep.
aiming guns at them. So it was very interesting. I knew him, and then he's a music teacher with my daughters, and so that helped too.
Yep.
So as soon as the winter snow was gone, I got up here having a look in that area. And I knew nothing about this area, just a half hour from town.
Yeah.
And so I was familiarizing myself with the lay of the land and sort of looking for this corridor idea where the road crossing was. And then when I came down here and saw the worn path,
Yep.
made plans to come back, saw changes in the path, and just lots of evidence in the little forest by the road crossing.
Yep.
So, it's about the maybe 6th trip since April.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you've come here very often.
One
yeah.
camping trip and then the rest are day trips.
So, are you affiliated with the B.F.R.O?
Yes.
What do you do for the B.F.R.O?
They just recently made me an investigator.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so you're here helping out.
Maureen.
Yes,
Maureen,
yes,
with-
finally. Together in the
Yes.
forest again.
It's been a couple of
Nice.
years.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure I got that in there before you guys said it. Okay, awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
For the forest work.
Yeah.